So this is a sample prep area. Francine, Mayor Pappenfus.
Hello again, nice to see
Yeah.
you. Hi,
Nice to
yeah,
see
great
you.
pleasure.
She was with me when you did the shout out
Right,
at
now
the
when I was
your
here
breakfast.
last, this was not set up yet.
All right.
You had them ready
All right.
to go, sort of, or in the
Yeah.
process of being moved. But this is great.
Well, they say we test anything that you can put in or on your body, anything regulated by the FDA. So when it comes into us, it can be cosmetics, it can be muscle milk, it can be anything like a pharmaceutical.
Sure.
When it leaves here, the ultimate goal is that it's reduced to a clear liquid.
Okay.
And when we get to the instrument room, you'll see that's where we take the clear liquid and we actually put it through our instruments and we test what's
Okay, so these machines are sophisticated extractors. Is that what they're doing? They're basically
They're
Yeah.
we call them digesters.
digesters. That
but
would be a better term.
we use acid, heat, and at times pressure. Those
Okay.
will apply pressure to break down whatever it is, whether it be a clay-based material, whether it be a pill. You take some aspirin, break it down into a clear
pineapple
liquid.
slices in there, or does it come in
You
as
would.
a? You
Yeah,
would
we
pineapple
actually
slices,
would.
or
would
pieces of
dehydrate
clay.
them.
Really, anything you could think of.
Or
Okay.
makeup.
Yeah.
Makeup you
Right,
put
right.
on.
Okay.
Sunblock, suntan lotions.
That's
For the
great.
SPF factor, we would test those.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
quite
like
a bit.
your SPF, you use titanium dioxide in your sunscreen. So we'll
Sure.
measure how much titanium is in that sample.
You know, a number of lab workers back here. Are they all
Yeah.
doing different samples?
They're not
of-
imposters.
Yeah, no, we didn't just hire them
That's
for the
real guard.
Right.
They wear that all the
Okay.
time.
Well, you'll see Elena. She's putting in. We typically use a quarter gram of material in a sample. That's our
Okay.
typical. We can use more or less at times. Just don't grab anything along
I'm
the
not
way.
gonna
Here you go.
touch
All right,
Just wanted to see how the
Yeah.
samples work.
Elena. This is Mayor Pappenfus.
Hi.
Yeah,
No need to shake hands. We'll just say hello. You've got your hands full. Hi.
she does.
Okay.
She does. So she's just measuring that out and putting it. Everything is coded by the sample number from the
Okay.
get-go when we put it in.
That's neat.
And she's measuring that out, and then she has to record. Everything has to be recorded. If it's not
Oh, I'm
written, it
sure
didn't
every
happen in the
step.
lab.
Right. Right.
So then, once she's done doing that, then we'll add the acid and the deionized water,
Okay.
and then we'll basically put it in one of these machines here, and it'll reduce it down to with the acid and the heat, it'll reduce it down to a clear liquid.
Is that what these are? Have they been reduced?
That is a different method. A customer in Maryland just sent us their equipment. This is an old U.S. Pharmacopoeia method. They want us to transfer their old method of doing things to the new method that the USP
Okay.
is prescribing.
Okay.
So we've taken all of their materials and are doing it in their old method so we can validate the new method to show that the results are equivalent.
Shelving, movable shelving.
Yeah, how
You're a
about
man
it?
after
From the
my own heart.
archives, man. But we
That's
put them to
exactly
use.
right.
Isn't it funny? I mean, every office had these.
Yeah. No,
That's what samples look like when they come in. So that all that gets reduced to clear liquid.
Tested.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything you can think of.
Yeah.
So you got the shelving with the
That's awesome.
with the versatility. Well, that's fantastic. That would have been
Yeah,
a
they were-
selling point for anybody who loves books.
No, I think.
loves movable shelving.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
exactly.
great.
I didn't
Yes.
even think of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, that's just safe, and
Yeah.
we're being recorded for because we're DEA certified.
Of course.
Not the bad drugs, street
Yeah,
drugs.
sure.
But when a pharmaceutical company comes to me and says, "Hey, we have samples. Some of our controlled substance.
Yeah.
Iodine is a controlled substance, as an
Okay.
example. Believe it or not.
Okay.
But whether you had things like a testosterone supplement, that's a controlled substance.
Of course.
Or if you had heavy duty painkillers,
Yeah.
something like that, those are highly regulated and go into safe and for future
Okay.
testing. So
Very good.
I'm just going to circle you around here because it's a convenient way to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
We redid these offices; they all
These
existed.
are beautiful.
This is our QA department, so all the data that comes out of our instruments. Hey, gang, this is Mayor Pappenfus.
All right. So we showed
Jess-
you the data, if I understand.
That is
from
correct.
She looks at all the data.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
But it comes out in, believe it or not, in reams of paper,
Oh,
and
boy.
they read through it. And
Do you
they'll-
translate this to layman's terms, or do you how do you read through the data? How do you explain it?
We just take the data and we put it onto a Word document, and that's
Okay.
what gets sent out to the client.
Oh, okay.
as an
All right.
analytical lab report.
Okay, very good. But do you translate like numbers into words somehow in that translation?
No, we just give
you
them the numbers.
Okay.
But what the meaning it'll have for them, like if you were to look through this, you'd go, okay, I see
I don't know
the
what to
I
say.
see the atomic, I see the symbol for arsenic, but what do these figures mean? They send their samples and say, okay, we want you to make sure the arsenic is below however many
Right.
parts per million.
Right.
So when Jess enters that result, it'll be put into the lab report, so it makes sense to them.
Okay.
Yes, we did test the arsenic; it's below the level that you wanted.
All
You
right.
have a new business in
This-
downtown.
Well, You already found
We
somebody?
leased, yeah.
Oh, I
Keystone
didn't hear that.
Canine. He's
Yeah.
going to do dog daycare and boarding.
Oh, I was going to say we're ready to help publicize your space, but you're that good.
Yeah.
Well, this is great. So this is the front of the building now, and you've got it all leased out. Well,
Yeah.
then you must be just thrilled.
I am
So,
thrilled.
so
Yeah.
wait, it's not like a dog daycare. It's or is it?
It's you can keep your dogs here for the day or
Totally.
overnight if you like.
Yeah,
They have
okay.
a grooming part of it. He's hoping to bring veterinarian in as well,
Sure.
but doesn't have that at the get-go.
What a great thing for state
Well,
workers and
he's seen
others.
it. He's seen it in other cities. A guy named Josh Feldman. I don't
Okay,
know if you.
I know Josh Feldman. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
yeah.
thought maybe
yeah,
you did.
Okay.
Yeah, he's seen this in other cities, seen
Fascinating.
it being very popular, and he said, we need this in downtown because people take their dogs elsewhere and out, and so for everyone working in downtown, they now have a place to come drop off their
Yeah.
dogs. So.
Well, I think this is an
And he's
important.
doing all the soundproofing. For,
Oh, sure.
like big time soundproofing.
This is an important part of why you came to Harrisburg, because you were able to purchase a building that had not only enough space for yourself, but also to
Yeah.
potentially lease. And you found a tenant here already within the first
I was
few
delighted.
months of leasing, which shows that there's real demand, which is great. So now you have a sustainable source of income besides just the business here.
Exactly.
And you're able to make the use of this big, large amount of square footage. So
Yeah.
great for you.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fantastic.
we're
And great for
delighted.
the city. And
It
right
is.
on there. Okay.
Our final spot is the instrument lab where we do all the analysis. This is where it all happens.
All right.
We reduce everything we do down to a clear liquid, and that all gets stored in those bins around the perimeter.
Wow.
The clear liquid then goes into our instruments, well, as you would refer to them as inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometers.
Yes, right. Yes.
But
course.
exactly. That's one of the little anecdotal things we discussed when you were here. That little flame you see inside there,
okay.
that is
Yes.
an argon plasma,
back to argon.
which is
Okay, yes.
the heat of the sun.
Yes, exactly.
10,000
That's what I referenced.
10,000 degrees,
That's what I
exactly.
referenced in my.
We did a little shout out for us. At the,
So
at
when
the
we talk
practice.
about burning chemicals at the heat of the sun, that's it right there.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I think we should get a close-up.
Yeah, you can take a look.
Don't get too close.
Yeah,
'cause
don't-
it's burning
don't touch
the heat of
anything
the
now.
sun, But,
We'll have to invalidate
okay.
our results.
All right, there we go. Wow,
Yeah.
neat.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it pulls the samples out of there, and then it spits out the results, and that's what the analysts put in the reports.
An awful lot of people here.
Yeah.
We talked about the total number of employees that transferred over with you, but how many do we have here?
We have a total of 25 right
25,
now.
yeah.
We added a person when we moved into the city,
Yeah.
and we're looking for another one right now.
All right.
Just interviewed someone yesterday, actually.
Okay.
So
What are the
another person, and we hire all. Some of the cool things is that we've folks from the Harrisburg University of Science and Technology have been down. We've been meeting with them about doing some things jointly. We have interns all the time, so we from local colleges,
Right.
people with chemistry degrees or biology degrees.
Sure.
That's who we're looking for.
Okay,
And
that's it.
Which is
Chemistry
wonderful.
and biology.
Yeah,
We need
that's
more of that.
yeah, primarily all the STEM, the basic STEM.
Right.
That's it's being put to work here because we
There
really
it
do
is.
need
Exactly.
chemists and
Right
biologists.
here. Wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you for the tour.
You bet. Thank you everyone for being here. This is a great day, great milestone, sort of a small step in the relatively in the history of Harrisburg, but a very large step for Chemical Solutions. This being a big asset, and the reason I say the word asset, it's too bad our accounting friends left, but this building is a result of everything that's happened in the past. Without it all happening in the past, this would not have been able to be done. But as my accountant professors like to tell me, what is the definition of an asset? An asset is a future benefit. We didn't have to do this. We didn't have to move locations. We could have gotten by in our old location. And if you haven't had the benefit of seeing the old location, you can see why this is a semi-large step. But that's what this represents. So hats off to all people at Chemical Solutions. A year and a half ago, you can do all the diligence you want in a business. You can do all the contractual stuff you want. But at the end, it is a shotgun marriage. It is a leap of faith. It is faith and trust and hope and support of my wife, Barb. Well, I went a little crazy during the whole process. But since that time, I've been nothing but sheer delighted with the people I've had the opportunity to work with here. You guys make it a delight, and this is really all about you. You made this happen, and this is going to be your home here going forward. There's a couple notes on Harrisburg. Mayor Pappenfuss came here over a month ago, and like, okay, why'd you? And I was very impressed, taking copious notes, very impressed with the Del Monte Kenyan, or the Kenyan pineapples we've tested, and that we burn argon at the temperature of the sun. But we talked about, why Harrisburg is that in. One, it had a very central location for us. For some employees, it's a little further, some it's a little less, but it's a central location. We've already we do a thing here called Food Friday, where we go out and so we've already been to Broad Street Market, taken advantage of that. We've had customers come in for audits, and they've stayed downtown, and they've told us about, we had a great time, we enjoyed ourselves. So all those aspects have really come through for us for Harrisburg. Plus, we just thought it was going to be cool. We like the urban renewal concept, being part of something larger than ourselves, has meaning for us. So we're delighted to be here and be a part of the community. So with that, I'll let you say
All
a couple
right,
words.
well, let me echo that. And first, let me say to all of you, welcome to Harrisburg. It's wonderful to see so many bright, shining faces. It's an honor to have you here. I took a moment in my State of the Union to point out Chemical Solutions as exemplary of exactly what we're starting to see more of in the city of Harrisburg, which is we're seeing businesses wanting to relocate to our urban core. And I think it was that very urban core and that sense, as you say, of wanting to be a part of something larger than yourself and be part of a larger community that is what attracted you here. And we're right in the heart of the downtown. We're a very short walk away from restaurants and parks and all the amenities of urban living. And that is a message that I want to reinforce, because I think there are a lot of other businesses that are perhaps out in the suburbs somewhere thinking about wanting to be a part of the city's revitalization. And we have many buildings that are similar to this. Now, when you saw it, you probably thought to yourself, oh boy,
It's perfect.
this is going to take a lot of work. But you essentially took a warehouse building and you repurposed it and you turned it into the most beautiful state-of-the-art facility that you can possibly imagine. And really, it didn't look anything like this when you first looked at it. But I think one of the appeals of the building was that you could own your own building, and you could purchase within the city limits at a reasonable price, and you could have enough space in this building to maybe even establish another business. And I understand you're going to have a new business moving into the front of the building here soon. So now we've brought even more jobs and even more businesses all into this one building facility. But the main point I want to say is thank you to all of you, because I know it is something of a leap of faith to change your commuting patterns and to come on into the city and to be a part of this. But I think you're going to love it here. We certainly welcome you with open arms, and we thank you for your incredible investment in the city and in this community. And I think we've got a very, very bright future ahead. Perhaps as bright as the argon burning at the power of the sun. So, and with that, we shall
Need a ribbon and
we shall do a ribbon cutting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! You're open. Chemical Solutions. Congratulations.
appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you all.